Hey guys, welcome back to Contest Prep University. I'm Joe Klemczewski with Adam Atkinson. We're in episode 2 of our series on hormones. We're going to switch from hunger over to actual fat loss. And before I do that, Adam, let me tell everybody that the impetus behind this was the fact that last night we had our Nutrition Coaching Global Mastermind monthly session, and Eric Helms and I did an entire hour-and-a-half long episode on hormones. So I had all those notes. It was fresh in my head, and I thought, man, we should really bring this to our Contest Prep University listeners. I mean, this is good information. So I'll talk to you guys more about that in a little bit. But the first thing you have to think of in fat loss is thyroid. At least it's not the only thing. We're going to get into a couple episodes later into what may be even more important. But we always tend to think that our metabolism is driven primarily by thyroid. And it can just keep sinking lower and lower. But I want to give you some notes from one particular study without getting too deep. Postmenopausal women, almost 36 of them, BMI over 30. They wanted to get their BMI under 25. One of the things they tested was thyroid function. And what I like about this study, Adam, is they wanted that they had to go from that point to this point, no matter how long it took. So the average female took more than 4 months and lost almost 44 pounds. And they were measuring these blood panel markers. And in the midst of that, they did 4 10-day inpatient stays. So the beginning, the end, and at 2 points in the position in the middle so that they could check, making sure that everybody was on the right calorie deficit. They wanted everything to be as equal as possible. So really important. And they found out that within the first 10 days of going into a calorie deficit that was very moderate, like 500 calories, their thyroid hormone decreased by 6%. 33 out of 34 women had almost the exact same. It wasn't an average. It wasn't like one was way here, one was here. It was like, bam, almost like biologically programmed. Never went any lower. And at the end of this almost 5-month, 45-pound weight loss, it only took 10 days of reversing back up to maintenance for them to come back up the full 6%. So it's like it's not thyroid, it is. There is a little bit of adaptation there, but nothing gets, quote, broken, nothing gets damaged. It's just we have to deal with that, which means we're probably going to have to stair step, a couple times calorically. But I wonder what your thoughts are on that study, because that was a really good way of viewing that.
I love that it's in person. That's awesome. Or slightly in person. Yeah. We do on blood work all the time see a little bit of a decrease in thyroid hormone. And then you may even see a problem with conversion from T4 to T3. I'm not sure how far that study went in, but yeah, your thyroid stimulating hormone is going to be the messenger that tells your body, hey, maybe we need to slow things down, because if we keep going at this rate, we might starve to death. So it's really a beautiful thing. And I tell clients, if we could be broken from dieting, we wouldn't have made it through the Ice Age, teepees and campfires, all these times where food availability was way less than what a contest prep diet is. So, it really, unfortunately, I don't want to call out people, but when people say that their contest diet broke them, like, no matter how extreme it was, we're just programmed evolutionarily for that not to happen. However, there are, endocrine issues. That person probably had an endocrine issue prior to their contest diet, but a lot of people need to blame something and say, this person broke me, which isn't the case.
Well, one of the things that we'll get into even when we start talking about the androgen hormones is the fact that those numbers and values aren't everything. So I'm among the 5% of the population with clinical hypothyroidism. So I take 50 micrograms of levothyroxine every day. And I thought, man, this is going to be great. As soon as I finally got that diagnosis, it's like, I'm going to be shredded. I'm just going to take this medication. And I haven't lost a pound. Like it's just, it doesn't, hormones don't work that way. And like I said, when we talk about testosterone, we'll visit this more, but you have to expect that, yes, you're going to have this drop protectively in your metabolism, but it doesn't just spiral down. It's, a lot of people fail because they get frustrated and they may be less accurate. They may binge, they may get into trouble cycling back and forth. But that's why the whole metabolic positioning continuum we talked about, is important. But I just think everybody can be assured that you can get these things checked if you like, but 99 out of 100 clients I have that decide, oh my gosh, I'm feeling so bad, or I'm not losing weight fast enough, it's probably my thyroid, they get checked, it's perfectly fine.
Yeah, absolutely. And, there's things you can do to make it function better if it isn't, clinically low. And then, obviously reverse dieting. One thing I wanted to add to that study, though, is that's a great testament to why we do diet breaks. 7 to 10 days of an increase boosts that thyroid hormone back up.
Mm-hmm. Well, and I'll close with this. There was even another study I looked at in preparation, in that they took a lot of people. I think it was a pretty large study on a 50-week, so almost a full year diet. And it was isocaloric, so everybody got the same calorie deficit. And they had some people diet continuously. So a 20% calorie deficit every single day for a year. And they also then had the other people, have 5 days of normal eating, pure maintenance, but then 2 days with a 75% drop in calories, which is pretty stiff, right? So you just had to pay the price for 2 days, and then you got 5 days of normal eating. And they wanted to see if kind of variable dieting or continuous dieting would matter. Zero, absolutely zero. So even as Helms and other people have looked at diet breaks, it's not that things like that make it better. It just may make it more tolerable. It's, we're safe, we're protected unless we're doing something really crazy. You have to drop your calories down to almost starvation levels for a very, very, very long time. And even then, studies show most people would be perfectly fine.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, guys, a little long on that one, but stay with us. We're going to go into episode 3. We're going to start talking about the androgen hormones like testosterone. So you don't want to miss that one in Contest Prep University.